Hello and welcome to Elyssa Elephant. And there she is right there. And right there, my friends. Isn't she adorable? Yes. Yes, she is. Hey, this is a work with me video, so you should have your paper and pencil in front of you and be ready to pause this video and work alongside me to solve this problem. Without further ado, let us move on to our scenario. Elyssa Elephant is the youngest member of her herd. She trots alongside her mother as the elephants travel across the African Savanna. Sometimes Elyssa can walk, but other times she has to run in order to keep up with the grown-up elephants. Last month, Elyssa walked 8.87 miles and ran 8.6 miles. Did Elyssa walk further or did she run further last month? And then what was the difference? All right, well, difference means we're going to be subtracting. And the first thing we need to do is figure out whether she walked further or whether she ran further. Well, she walked 8.87 and she ran 8.6. So if you look at the ones place, 8 is the same, right? There's your decimal, right? And then if you look at the tenths place, you've got an 8 here and a 6 here. So this is going to be bigger. She walked further than she ran. So walked would be your answer there. And she had walked further, right? And then the second part of this is going to be subtracting. So we're going to take to find the difference, right? We'll take the bigger number, which is the amount she walked, and we'll subtract the amount that she ran. So first of all, I would like you to just write down walked because she walked further. And then we're going to get started on solving for the difference. So go ahead and pause the video and write walked down. Perfect. All right. Now let's move this aside and we can write our numbers here. So I'm going to write the 8.87, okay? And now we are going to be subtracting this 8.6. And when you're adding or subtracting, in this case we're subtracting, you want to line up your decimals like the buttons of a shirt. So I'm going to actually just make my decimal first, and then I can take the 8 here and put it in the ones place, and the 6 here will go into the tenths place. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'll put the 8 right there, and then the 6 goes right there. And now I've got an extra blank spot here. I need to hold this place value, and this is the tenths, so this is the hundredths place. And when you're on this side of the equal sign, you can switch over to zeros. Switch over, I mean you can add zeros, and you can add as many zeros as you like. It will not change the value of this number if you are on the right side of the decimal point here. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video and get this all copied, and I will wait for you, my friend. Superb! And now the next thing I want to do is look for any trouble coming. I've got no trouble here. I've got no trouble here, and I've got no trouble here, so I've got absolutely no trouble coming, and I'm ready to subtract these, right? Well, so I'll start here in the hundredths place, and 7 minus 0 is very simple. I just have to drop that 7. And so go ahead, pause the video, and get this all copied, and I will wait for you. Perfect. And now we're going to move on. We've got 8 minus 6. So I'm going to put my pencil here on the 6 and count up to 8. So 6, and here we go, 7 and 8. And then as you see, I've got 1, 2 dots. So my answer is going to be 2. So go ahead and drop your 2, and I will wait for you while you drop that 2. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Next, you've got your decimals, and you always just drop your decimals like the buttons of a shirt. They should be lined up. So go ahead and drop that decimal right there, and I will wait for you, my friend. Fantastic. And now all we have left is 8 minus 8. And if I use the dot method, I go 8 and up to 8. I can't make any dots, right? So it's clearly 0. Also, just 8 minus 8 is 0, right? That's simple. All right, so let's go ahead and make that 0 there. Whoops, I got to get the pencil written here first, and then bam, there you go. All right, so get this copied, and I will wait for you. It should be 0.27, just like we have right here. Get that copied. I'll wait for you. Alrighty, so this answer is really, we're asking what's the difference of how far she walked versus ran. Well, she walked 0.27 of a mile further than she ran, right? So you can also think of this, this is the tenths place, this is the hundredths place. So you can really think of this as she walked 27 hundredths, I said that wrong, didn't I? 27 100ths of a mile further than she ran. So she walked 27ths of I can't even say it, my friends, 27 100ths of a mile further than she ran. And bam, that is your answer. Why don't you go ahead and get this copied down as well, and then we'll move on to this part of the question right there. So I'll wait for you and get that copied. Alrighty, fantastic. Let's move on to this. How far did Elyssa Elephant travel in all last month? Well, now we're going to, instead of subtracting these, we're going to just add these two numbers together, 8.87 and 8.6. So let's go ahead and get that copied, and we'll write down here. I'm going to choose blue this time, and I'll go 8. Oh, goodness, I got to choose it, don't I? 8.87, and we're adding this time, and we're going to do 8.6. Now, remember, you always want to line up your decimals like buttons of a shirt. And then here I have the tenths column, and this is the 100ths column. And just because there's a blank spot here, I'm going to just add a 0 there. And you can add a 0 anytime you have a digit that's blank here to the right of your decimal. You could add as many zeros as you needed to here. No problemo, my friend. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and pause the video and get this all copied here, and I will wait for you, my friend. Superb, and here we go. First of all, we're going to work with the 7 and 0, 7 plus 0. Well, that's simple. We don't even need to use any dots for that. That's going to just give us 7, right? Now, in this column, we've got an 8 and a 6, so I'm going to make six dots. But wait a minute, before I do, pause the video, get this copied. I'll wait for you. Perfect. All right, so now I jumped the gun a little bit there, but now we're ready to rock and roll and make 6 dots. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and go 6 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 dots. And then you're going to put your pencil on the 8 and count up. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That means we're going to drop the 4 and carry the 1 and then circle those dots. Pause the video and copy that down, and I will wait for you, my friend. Superb. And now we're looking at, we've got 2 8s here, right? So I can pick either one. I'm going to make 8 dots, and I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 dots. And then I'm going to put my pencil on this 8, and you can't forget to count that one, right? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So you're going to drop your 7 and your 1, right? And however, we are not yet done, my friends, because you've got to drop that decimal. Remember, just like buttons of a shirt, you got to line those decimals up, and you've got to put that decimal right there. And that will change the meaning, right? Because if that decimal wasn't there, this would be a lot bigger number. So we get 17.47, or you can also think of it as, let me move this up. You can think of it as 17 and 47 100ths. And so what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video, get this copied, and get this copied, and I will wait for you, my friend. Superb. All right, so in answer to the question, how far did Elyssa Elephant travel in all? Well, she traveled 17 and 47 1/100ths of a mile. So 17 miles, and then she went almost another half a mile because 47 is close to 50, right? Which would be 1/2. So, yeah, she went about 17 and a half miles altogether. Hey, this is exactly what we're going to be doing on the rest of the videos. So hopefully you understand this process very well for both subtraction and addition. And I will see you soon. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.